Hi there, my name is Drew, and if we haven't met before, welcome to ReadyBudgetGo. If this isn't your first visit, welcome back. I'm glad you found me either way. It's Monday night, so it is game night. I've got the Superman binder here, and inside are 12 envelopes for 12 different savings games. I'm going to play each one. At the end of the month, I take all the money that is in this binder and I randomize it into my 12 sinking funds. So for tonight, though, it should be a good time, saving $100 toward my future and my goals. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. First up, as always, is going to be Loteria, so I will set the binder aside and take out the Loteria card. I've also got game cards here and a stack of chips. We're on Millennial Loteria this week, so we will do regular Loteria again next week. Just give these a quick shuffle here. If you're new or if you haven't seen me play Loteria before, I play it just as a single player game, and I keep dealing cards until I get a line of 4 anywhere on this card. Once I get that line of 4, I save $1 for every chip that is down on the card. So I've already shuffled. Let me give it a cut, and let's see how we do this week. So first up, we've got L Global Warming, and that is right there. Then we've got LVR, and I don't see that one. La Hashtag, right there. L Nail Art, don't see that. La Succulent, no. L Non-GMO, no. La Border Wall, there we go. L Participation Trophy, right there. L Tattoo, okay, so L Gender Reveal will give us a Loteria. L Safe Space, nope. L Podcast, right down here. That opens up L Bird. L Vegan, no. L Brunch, no. L Drone, yep, that opens up L Makeup Tutorial. L Healing Crystal, L Juice Cleanse, and there is L Makeup Tutorial. So we have our Loteria going diagonally, and I will save $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 into the Loteria envelope this week. Just going to put these cards back in the middle, give them one quick shuffle for luck for next week, or, well, 2 weeks, because next week will be in regular Loteria. So let me set these to the side. I will save $8 into the Loteria envelope. And before I do that, let me count the cash and make sure that I did have $100 here. So 10, 20, 30 in tens, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So I should have 20 in ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So indeed I do. $100. And I need 8 of that for Loteria. Let's get the binder back out here. Okay, in Loteria, we now have 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $28. All right, up next is Sus, so I'm going to take this card out, and then I will get to cleaning up the game that has gone before. Okay, this is a Would You Rather type game, and I always give my honest opinion. I save $2 for answer A, $3 for answer B, $5 for answer C. Let's see what the question says this week. It says, I stumble across some magical scissors. I can use them to create portals to anywhere. I, A, can't wait to try them out. B, leave them where I found them. Or C, give them to a scientist. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I am trying those magic scissors out for size. So, option A, $2, including MJ's dollar. And then it says, which do I hate more? A, getting a cold. B, when it gets dark really early, or C, being corrected. Well, unlike most people, I love it when other people correct me, because to me, that shows that they're listening closely and are interested on some level in what I have to say. So correct me all you want. I really don't have a problem with it. So it's definitely not that. I think getting a cold. I am not a good patient, and I have not had a cold in a really long time, knock on wood. Sorry, that's going to shake the camera a bit. And I don't want one. So getting a cold, by far the worst of the three. Okay, so that's $2 again, so only $4 going into this game this week, but sometimes that is how it goes. So let's go to Sust, and let's see how much is in this envelope. So far, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So not too much in this one so far. This might be the runt of the month. Okay, up next is the name game. And this one, I've not been doing too well on it lately. So let's hope that it's somebody that I recognize this week. If you haven't seen this one before, there are up to 5 clues, I think, to the identity of a famous person. I pay $1 per clue until I get it. And if I don't get it after the 5th clue, then I pay $10. Okay, so let's flip. Let me get this glare off here. First clue, Tony Curtis. Okay, that could be just about anything. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say his daughter, Jamie Lee Curtis, but let's see what the next one is. A Fish Called Wanda. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's Jamie Lee Curtis because she was in that movie. So let's see. True Lies, yep, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. Michael Myers and Halloween. So I got that on the first clue, so that's going to be $1. Honestly, I probably would have guessed the same if Halloween had been the first clue. So, all right. Let's put that back. We'll do another one because that was only $1. All right, and flip. Okay, first clue, My Left Foot. I think that's a Tom Hanks movie. I could be wrong, but if so, I'm going to guess Tom Hanks. Oscars, okay, could be anybody. There Will Be Blood, okay. Well, Abraham Lincoln, okay, so that is Daniel Day-Lewis? Gangs of New York, Daniel Day-Lewis, yep, okay, so I got that on the 4th clue from Abraham Lincoln. But wasn't Tom Hanks in a movie called My Left Foot? Maybe they both were, I don't know. Okay, so $5, should I go again? Because it's like if I don't get the next one, then I have to pay 10, that's $15 into one envelope. Okay, I'm going to go one more time. We are going to risk it for the biscuit. And I promise you I do not look at these beforehand. All right, and flip. Not that anyone's ever accused me of that, but and it wouldn't be the first time I cheated on a savings challenge if I did. Okay. The Mask. Well, that must be Jim Carrey. Could also be Cameron Diaz, but I'm going to say Jim Carrey. Liar, Liar. Okay, it's Jim Carrey. Bruce Almighty, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura. Yep. Okay. That's $6. I think I'm not going to go again. I've already done 3. That is plenty. So an average of 2 apiece. So not too bad this week. And I think there is a bunch of money in the envelope already. So let's see exactly how much is in the envelope. So we are in envelope number 3. Of course, there's a 10. All right, so this envelope has 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so not as much as I thought. It's $23 in the name game. Let's move on to Dicetropolis. This week we are playing Tetra. Let me get out the game card and the dice and the dry erase marker and all the things. Okay. I apologize for that jump cut, but I had a sneezing fit and I just couldn't recover from it. I kept trying to keep going and the footage just no good. So I'm going to do Tetra. I have 4 dice here, which is what we need. We are going to roll them all, and we will try to make the best hand possible according to the ranking table over here on the left-hand side of the card. You can hold as many dice as you want and re-roll once, but only once, and then after that one reroll, you save according to the save table. So let's see how it goes. Okay, 6, a 6, a 2, and a 1, so I'm going to hold that pair of 6s, reroll the 1 and the 2, and we got a 2 and a 3. Okay, so we have 6, 6, 3, and 2. When you get a pair, you save double the pair value, or essentially the entire pair. So that is going to be 12. 2 times 6. Let's go again. Oh goodness, a 6, a 6, a 5, and a 4. Just high numbers today. And a 5 and a 2. So 6, 6, 5, and 2. That is 12 again. And I will save this low budget. I'm going to play all 5 games, but add them up at the end and combine. Okay, so we've got 3s. We've got a 2 and a 5. So I'm going to save the pair of 3s. Reroll the 2 and the 5. A 1 and a 4. So 3, 3, 4, and 1. So that is 6, because 3 times 2 is 6. Go again. 1, 4, 5, and 6. Well, that's bupkis. I could re-roll the 1 and try to make a straight with a 3, but that's only a 1 in 6 shot, so I am going to re-roll everything. And I got a pair of 2s and a 4 and a 6. So 2, 2, 6, and 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Last game. A 6, that was a 5, and a 2. Well, now it's a 4. Okay, so I'm going to hold the pair of 6s, and now it's a 2. And another 6 and a 1. Okay, so 6, 6, 6, and 1. So 3 of a kind, you save 3 times the dice value, meaning 3 times the number that gave you the 3 of a kind. So 6 times 3 is 18. So let's add this up here. We've got 10, 28, plus 30, 28 plus 12 is 40, plus 12 is 52, and 5 plus 2 is 7. So I'm going to save $7 into Dicetropolis for the week. Let me clean this off here. And next week we will play Trips. Okay. Put these dice away. And get out my saving money for $7. Okay. So far in the Dicetropolis envelope, we have a lot. 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $26. And then up next is going to be Dicetropolis 2. We are playing Tracks this week. So let me get out Tracks here. I need my D4 dice. Okay. And just need 1. So the object is to keep rolling. You roll it once and you get either an odd number or an even number. And then the object is to keep rolling numbers that are either odd or even depending on what you rolled in the first roll. So if the first roll is even, you want to keep rolling even numbers. If the first roll is odd, you want to keep rolling odd numbers. And the goal is to get all the way to the end without derailing. So let's give it a roll and see how we do. Okay, so we're 1, so we're on the odd track. 3, so we're good there. And 4, we have derailed. So it says, if at any point you roll a number that does not belong on your track, you have derailed. Save $1 for every safe roll. So we had 2 safe rolls, so that's going to be $2. And I will go again. Okay, it's a 1, so we're on the odd track again. Another 1. A 3. A 1. A 3. And a 1. So we've made it. If you reach the end of the track, save $5. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to put $7 into Dicetropolis 2 for the week. And I will clean this off here. Next week, we will play Twin Peaks. I thought that was kind of a clever name for Dicetropolis 2 because you use D4, so they've got peaks. So you use 2 dice. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Okay. $7 going into Dicetropolis 2, and we'll see what's in that envelope for the week. So far, this game has 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And I think we're getting to a point now where I am going to buy one of the 10s. So I will I'll put a 5 and 5 ones back. And take a 10. Because I haven't used any of them so far. Okay, Dicequarium is next. This week in the Dicequarium, we are playing Shark Attack. Let me get out the aqua-colored Dicequarium dice for this one. You can use any D6s, but I like the blue. So it says roll 3 D6 dice and record all the dice values for that game. Add together only the even numbers. If any odd numbers are rolled, a shark will steal $1 from the total. Subtract the number of shark bites from the total of all even numbers and save the difference. If all dice roll odd, save $5. So let's give them a roll. So we have a 4 and 5 and 5. So we have 2 shark bites, so that leaves us with 2 because only the even numbers. So 4 minus 2 is 2. Let's go again. Okay, we have a 2. We have a 5, and we have a 3. So we have a score of 2, and we have 2 shark bites. So that is 0. Let's go again. Okay, we have a 4, we have a 2, and we have a 5. So we have 1 shark bite. We have 6 minus 1 is 5. 6, 6, and 1. So we have 1 shark bite. We have 12 minus 1, which is 11. Last game. Oh, same numbers. 6, 6, and 1. 1 and 11. So let's add this up. So we have 2, 7, 18, plus 11 is 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. So that is what I'm going to save into Dicequarium for the week. So I'll clean this off. We'll use our second of 3 10s. Next week we'll be doing Sunken Treasure. 10 and 11. If we were playing Crab Craps, I would be calling it Yo-11. If you know, you know. Okay, and Dicequarium has 10, 15, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, $30 in it. Doing pretty well. Fruit Machine is going to be next, and gosh darn it, I was ready to close up the binder without taking out the game card. So there's the game card. Let me get out the fruit dice. This game is available on my Etsy shop, as is Dicequarium and Dicetropolis and Dicetropolis 2. You get these 3 custom fruit dice that come with it, and then you roll like you're playing the slots. You get up to 4 rolls total, so you get your initial roll and up to 3 re-rolls to try to make the best combination that you can. And it's up to you which dice you want to hold after each roll, or if you want to re-roll all of them. Okay. So first we've got a diamond, a cherry, and a lemon, so I'm going cherries. Because the cherry blossoms are starting, even though we had snow today. No more cherries there. Another cherry. 1 more roll to go. And watermelon. Okay, so we've got 2 cherries, so that's $3. Let's go again. Cherry, watermelon, and plum. Let's go for the watermelons. Diamond and lemon. Watermelon, lemon, last roll. Watermelon, okay. So that is $7, so 7 plus 3 is 10. That, I think, is a good stopping place, so I'm going to erase this. We will put that third 10 into the Dicequarium envelope. I'm just going to set these dice back in their little pouch here. $10 and the game card going into Fruit Machine. Okay. Fruit Machine has 10, 20, 5, 6, and $7. So that is coming along just swimmingly. Up next is going to be Quicks, and I will need to get out the scorecard and the Quicks dice for that. So let me do that, and we'll see how that game goes. Okay, time for Quicks, and Quicks is commercially available. Many of you have probably played it before or have it in your own home. I have repurposed it into a savings challenge game, similar to Shut the Box, but with different rules. First of all, I roll 3 dice, including 1 color dice and the 2 white. The color die just depends on which row I'm on, has no real bearing on anything other than that. The rule that I have is that you have to use exactly 2 dice to make a number, and you have to be able to make at least 1 number in the line. If you can't, then you are out, and you score the rest to, or you add up the rest to get your score for the game. So let's see how it goes this week. Okay, so we're starting off with 6 and 7. I am going to take the 6. I will leave the 7 because it's easy to roll, so I may need it in the future. Okay, 4 and 6, so I have to take the 4 because I've already taken the 6. We need some bigger numbers here. Well, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I have 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to take the 5, and I'm going to take the 3. I don't have the 2 because you have to use at least 2 dice, and I don't have 6 because you have to use exactly 2 dice. All right. So 8 and 6, so I have to take the 8. Come on, I need some 6s. What happened to all those 6s I was rolling earlier with Tetra? Well, okay, so I have 4 and I have 8, so I am out because I've already taken 4 and 8. So let's add up the total of what's left, and this one is going to be a doozy. So 9 plus 11 is 20, plus 10 is 30, 37, 49, 4 plus 9 is 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. My rule is I don't save more than $12 per line, so that's why when I added up the 49 and got to 13, I added the 1 and the 3 again to get 4. So that means I'm going to play again. So let me swap the green die for the blue die. And you can find this game, if you don't already own it, anywhere. You can find it at a game store, you can find it on Amazon, Target, Walmart, any of those should have it. Okay, so let's go again here. Oh, there's a 6. Okay, so we have 4, 7, and 9. Oops, wrong pen. I am going to take the 9 and the 4. Again, leaving that 7 because I might need it later, although last time I ended up having to eat the 7. Okay, that's more like it. 10, 5, and 7. So I'm going to take the 10, and I'm going to take the 5. 5, 8, and 7. So I'll take the 8. 9 and 6. So I have to take the 6, because I've already taken 9. 8, 6, and 4. Want, want. I'm out. Okay, so here we have 10, 21, 33, 35, right? 5, 12, 23, 35. Yeah. And 3 plus 5 is 8. And 4 plus 8 is 12. So it's going to be $12 going into Quicks this week. Put this pen away over here. Put this pen away over here. 10, 11, and 12. Okay, and the scorecard. So here is the Quicks envelope. And so far, in Quicks, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, and 3. All right, up next is Tucano. This is a card game, commercially available but not as widely as Quicks. I bought this at a specialty game store in Portland, Oregon. And it has several cards with different values on it, depending on where the cards are placed. So I will deal 6 cards in a specific pattern and score it according to what the cards tell me to do. And if you haven't seen this before, I will explain as I go. Okay, give them a cut and dealing 6 cards. So 1, 2, oh dear, 3, oh, 4, 5, and 6. So I can't remember what the rainbow card was in the past, so I'm going to say I get to take any card I want out of play. And I am going to take... I'm going to take this guy out of play. So I'm going to flip both of those over. Now, the rest of these cards will tell me my score. So this little blueberry here, you can see how it has different numbers, and the way they're laid out is similar to how I have my cards here. So this is in the 2nd position, so it's going to save 2. So 2 for the top row. This little coconut is in the 4th position, that's 2. This other coconut is in the 6th position, which is -2. These two cancel each other, so I'm going to flip them over. And then that leaves this card, and this is in the 5th position, which is odd. These are even odd. So even on the left, odd on the right. 5th position is odd, so it's going to save or score 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. $5 going into Tucano this week. And I have been doing pretty well on the Tucano so far this month. So, just give them one quick shuffle for luck for next week. And put these away, and I will stick $5 into the Tucano envelope. There we go. And Tucano so far has $5, $10, $15, $16, $17, $18. Up next is going to be Dicefecta. We are on D10 Dicefecta again this week, just as we were last week, but last week we played card A, this week we're playing card B. So let me get out that card, dry erase marker, and I need my D10 from the Dicefecta dice set. My goodness, I wanted to say Ducano. Okay, so there's that. If you haven't seen Dicefecta before, the way it works is you roll whatever die it tells you on the card, and they are color-coded if you get the dice set from me, so the green is D10, and you mark off the numbers that you roll. Once you get a full section of 4, you yell, Dicefecta, and then you save according to either high budget, medium budget, or low budget. I will explain all of that when the game ends. Wish me luck. All right, so we're starting with 10, coming in hot, and 6. Everybody's on the board. 5. 1. 9. Okay, so a 2 or a 7 will give us a Dicefecta. And there's a 7. Dicefecta. Okay, so this here is our Dicefecta. Oops, as I draw on my mat. Oh well. So the high budget way to save is you add up all the numbers that gave you a Dicefecta. So that is 10, 19, plus 7 is 26, plus 5 is 31. Medium budget is you save $1 for every space that's marked off on the card. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then low budget is the last number that you rolled, and that is a 7. So after this, I have 2 more games, and I think I'm going to go medium budget here. So I'm going to save $11, and I will clear off the card. Next week, we will be on the D12 Dicefecta, but as I've showed with this one, you can make it low budget. You can, even if you wanted to do the high budget and you ended up with a score of 31, you can add the 3 and the 1 and save 4. Just because it's a high dice denom doesn't mean you have to save a whole bunch of money if you don't have it to save or if you just don't want to. Okay, so $11 for me is going to go into the Dicefecta envelope. And if you like this games dashboard, this is new in my Etsy shop. It is for A5 size envelopes, and it is 3D raised, so it has this nice texture to it. Okay, Dicefecta. There we go. So Dicefecta has 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So Dicefecta is running away with it. I think I'm okay on ones. All right, 2 more games left, and up next is going to be Cute Machine. Similar to Fruit Machine, you get 5 dice with this game, though, and you are trying to make at least 3 of a kind, preferably 5 of a kind. So let me get out the cute animal dice. I am in the process of getting this restocked. It will be back in my Etsy shop by the end of this month, and when it's restocked, all of these dice will have labels on them, so that there's no confusion about whether otters or beavers, or dolphins or sharks or whales, or dogs or foxes. Everything will be clear. So I'm going to give this a Drew shake. And we've got 2 turtles, 2 dogs, and an otter. So I am going to go for turtles, I think. Just because I feel like I never get to. Ooh. 2 more turtles. So just like with Fruit Machine, rather, you get up to 3 more rolls. So that was re-roll number 1. 2, that's a penguin. And we got it. We got 5 turtles. So 5 turtles saves $5, and I am going to go one more time. And hope I don't get 5 dolphins on the first roll, because that'd be expensive. Okay, 2 otters, a dolphin, a dog, and a penguin. So I'm going for the otters, even though they're expensive. Another otter, 2 more rolls. Oh dear, another otter, last roll. Oh good, a dolphin. Okay, so 4 otters are 6. So that means $11 is going to go into Cute Machine for the week. So 5, 10, and 11. Wipe that off, put these away. And then, let's see what else is in that envelope. Whoops, I'm just throwing the card all over the place here. All right, so far, Cute Machine has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So one of the heavy hitters, but not the most, at least not yet. Okay, last up is Eva's Sparkly Color Dot Dice Game, which is what I can't stop calling it, even though that's not what it's called. It is the Colorful Sparkle Roll and Save. And I am sorry, Eva, I will just never remember that. I don't know why I can't. It's right there on the card. I say it every week. And for whatever reason, it just doesn't stick to me. I don't know why. Either way, I love it. This is one of my favorites, even though it usually bites me in the butt. So I have $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $8 left to save. So 2 dice. These are also made by Eva. Again, that's Eva at Budget Your Life. And the first one out will be across the top. Second one out will be down the side. So first up, we are on orange. Where's that red? That is orange. Okay, so orange and red. $4. Okay. So that's half the money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go again. First one out, red. Second one out, red. D4 roll. Okay, I can handle that. Let me get out of D4 here from a bag of tricks. Of course, it's the one all the way at the bottom. And it's 4. Okay, well, it was 4, honest to goodness. All right, so in 2 swift rolls, as I put dry erase marker on my palm, we have $8 into this envelope, and I don't have to dig into the extra special super secret slush fund to get more dollars. So that's nice. It's nice not to have to roll a d20 for once. Why did I just take this out? I don't know. Pardon my reach. I don't know what I'm doing, clearly. All right, so let's count up all the money that is in the colorful sparkle roll and save. I'm going to have to repeat that to myself a bunch of times to make it stick. Okay, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So tied for top position with how much money is in that envelope. Okay, so that is going to be it for this week for Ready Budget Game. Thank you so much for joining me as I get this binder all thick with money for my sinking funds. Again, I stuffed this into my sinking funds at the end of the month, but I will be back next week for more savings in this binder. And until I see you then, or in whichever video you decide to watch next, and it's going to play a couple of suggestions here in a moment, take care.